the bench.
Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
What an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment.
What if I told you Chicago Sky fans just went from Angel Reese as a future to can we get a refund and emotional stability faster than her box score went negative after racking up the worst plus-minus in the entire WNBA? Fans aren't just questioning her stats, they're questioning their life choices. Did the Sky draft a baller or a walking turnover machine buckle up? Because this meltdown makes a soap opera look like a meditation retreat.
Angel Reese picking up right where she left off, breaking more WNBA records. But unfortunately for Sky fans, it came in the form of a loss, 99-74. The Chicago Sky, you're seeing that right.
Chicago Sky fans have officially entered full-blown meltdown mode. And no, it's not due to a tornado warning. It's because they finally come to terms with the fact that Angel Reese might be the basketball equivalent of a turnover. In sneakers, the emotional collapse across the fan base this week has been so intense you'd think the team accidentally signed a traffic cone. But nope, no trade needed, they drafted one. And even gave her own locker and custom nameplate.
There is a true crash out in the Angel Reese congregation. The Angel Reese congregation is losing their minds. The podcasters are losing their minds. I have seen video comments. The fans of Chicago are trying to fire the coach. They're now finally calling out Angel Reese for her lack of fundamental skills. And after we witnessed what we witnessed last night in that one specific clip, holy Lord, it is getting worse.
Let's start with the most brutal stat line in basketball history, the worst plus-minus in the entire WNBA. That's right, Angel Reese isn't just struggling. She's redefining what it means to tank a stat sheet. Fans are watching her play and asking, wait, is she secretly a double agent for the other team? Because whatever strategy she's using, it's working for the opponent. At this point, she's not even padding stats. She's scrubbing them off like it's spring cleaning.
Reese, that was the worst game I have ever seen her play.
And just when you thought things can get more hysterical, the fans, oh boy, the fans are now weaponizing sarcasm. Like seasoned veterans one said, I tried to buy an Angel Reese jersey online, but I couldn't get in the basket. That joke right there is doing more numbers than her field goal percentage. Another one chimed in, waiting for her to call the fans racist for noticing. She plays like a confused traffic cone on defense. It's a new level of irony when your own supporters are roasting you like a Thanksgiving turkey and somehow managing to get more heat on social media than her entire offensive game.
Look, we got to be honest about Angel Reese here. We've got to be honest. She can't score layups. That's a fact.
The sad part, this isn't even a sudden nosedive. This has been a slow, spiraling fall from a very shaky altitude. Remember last season when Angel Reese suddenly disappeared down the stretch, poof, gone. And what happened to Chicago Sky? Oh yeah, they started winning again. It's almost like she's a reverse Lucky Charm. When she's on the court, the scoreboard slides into misery. When she's not, magic flow points wins. Who would have guessed?
Did Angel Reese break? I didn't say it was a good record. I never said that. Shout out to you, Priceless. I missed this. Historically bad shootings with a E emoji. Angel Reese goes 0 for 7 from within 4 feet of the basket to tie most misses from that distance in the WNBA over the past 10 seasons.
What's baffling is that Angel Reese didn't just come into the league. Quietly knows she stormed with more hype than a Marvel movie trailer. The self-comparisons were flying. Big words, bigger ego. And now we got a player who plays 32 minutes and manages to have the same impact. As a folding chair, you'd think she was allergic to assists the way she refuses to pass for wide open and teammates on the perimeter, all waving like they're hailing. Cabs in a blackout, and she's out there throwing up. Bricks like at a masonry workshop. And let's talk about that brick laying. It's not just missed shots, it's missed opportunities, missed IQ, missed growth. Angel Reese has turned the paint into a construction zone. Every time she drives, fans hold their breath, not in excitement, but in fear that someone might get injured by the ricochet off the backboard. Some fans are even begging her to sit out again just so they can enjoy a watchable game. But maybe we're all being too harsh. Maybe she's just Experimenting, maybe this is performance art. Maybe Angel Reese isn't here to play basketball, but to challenge our very concept of what basketball, even as maybe she's a philosopher disguised as a power forward, or maybe just maybe she's still stuck in the delusion that stat padding on a losing team somehow equals greatness. Because the thing is, you can't pad stats if your stats aren't even soft, they're jagged, they're hostile. They're like if numbers could punch you in the face.
Told so much last year that this is a player that was on the level of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark has a bad day, goes 11, 6, and 4, foul trouble. Angel Reese on the same day has the worst day of her life.
And then there's a media circus. Every time someone dares to criticize her out comes a brigade. She's young, she needs time, she's learning. That's funny. Because there are rookies in the league who are learning too, except their stat sheets don't look like a math error. It's not about being young. It's about refusing to evolve. It's about entering the league with more tweets than footwork drills and expecting people not to notice when you're playing like a YMCA. Regular, even the body language is off. You can see it, the frustration, the sulk in the eye rolls. It's like watching a teen grounded from their phone. Where's the fight? Where's the accountability? One would expect at least a trace of humility after being outplayed by players who don't even have a shoe deal. But no, we get the same old bravado with none of the backup. If confidence without competence was a sport, she'd be MVP. And we haven't even touched on the defense. Actually, what defense? Angel Reese plays defense like she's just passing by. Oh, there's a drive to the basket, good luck, sis. Oh, someone's open for three. That's your moment to pose for the cameras. Her rotations are so late, even dial-up internet is mocking her. It's like she's allergic to contesting shots. And when someone blows past her, she jogs back like it's a Sunday stroll through the park.
I mean, I hate to see it, honestly. Like, I wish her stats was better. Honestly, I really wish her stats was better, so I'd be like, word, definitely a Caitlin Clark competition, let's go. But you really not doing me or anybody else that wants you to do good any kind of favors with stat lines like this.
Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese.
Great rebounder. Pass the ball. That's all you got to do. Get assists. You be like the double-double of assists and rebounds. You ain't got to worry about the points. Have your teammates score. I don't understand. I ain't hating. It would be a lovely fucking competition. You know what I mean?
But hey, at least the fans are waking up slowly, painfully, like realizing your favorite band lip syncs. The same fans who once screamed Reese are now tweeting bench her before she breaks the scoreboard. It's a historic reversal, folks. Chicago Sky fans turning on their supposed savior faster than she turned the ball over. Even the merch sales have gone silent. That's how you know it's real. The Sky front office has to be sweating bullets. They bet big on a name, not a game, and now they're sitting courtside watching a PR disaster unfold in slow motion. Every time Angel touches the ball, the tension in the arena could be cut with a butter knife. Is she going to shoot? Yes. Should she never let go and not? Unless there's divine intervention. We're also seeing the fallout in the locker room. Don't be fooled by the fake smiles and rehearsed interviews. Chemistry doesn't lie, and nothing kills team vibes faster than someone hogging the ball, missing layups, ignoring open shooters, and then blaming the system. It's not the system. It's not the refs. It's not the coach. Sometimes the answer is painfully simple. It's you.
When it comes to the beef between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, let this fact sink in. If Reese didn't miss her layups and become a rebound merchant, she would get a lot less criticism. This rivalry would also be a lot better because the two could compete. And if she doesn't start improving basketball-wise, there's not going to be much of a rivalry left because Caitlin Clark has owned her so far.
And before anyone pulls that she brings fans to the game card, sure. So does a clown at a birthday party. But at some point you want to see basketball, not balloon animal spectacle. Doesn't win championship, substance does. And right now the only substance Angel is offering is pure, unfiltered frustration. It's a shame, really. The league could have used her energy, the charisma, the flair. But what we got instead is a walking TikTok highlight reel with no actual highlights, of viral machine without virality. A player who's mastered the art of staying trending for all the wrong reasons. Every game she plays isn't just a matchup. It's a masterclass in how not to transition to pros. And the scary part, this might just be the beginning. If there's no course correction, no reflection, no growth, then brace yourselves, because the spiral is going to get steeper. Fans already see it. The coach probably sees it. And the opponents, oh, they're circling like sharks every time Angel Reese steps on that court cheese. Not just battling defenders, she's battling expectations. She inflated comparisons, and she encouraged now they're backfiring. And the WNBA isn't the kind of league where you get to bluff your way through a season, eventually the truth shows up on the scoreboard in the box score and in the eyes of disappointed fans.
When it comes to the beef between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, let this fact sink in. If Reese didn't miss her layups and become a rebound merchant, she would get a lot less criticism. This rivalry would also be a lot better because the two could compete. And if she doesn't...
So where do we go from here? Well, Chicago might need to make some hard decisions bench time. Maybe trade talks, possibly self-awareness workshop, desperately needed. Because you can only watch a brick wall fall on itself so many times before realizing this wasn't a building, it was a facade. Angel Reese came into the WNBA with all eyes on her, and now she's showing us what happens when hype meets harsh reality. The question is, will she rise to the occasion or keep dragging the sky down with her fans? Aren't waiting around to find out, they're already jumping ship-o, but it just keeps getting better or worse depending on whether you're Angel Reese or, well, anyone with functional basketball IQ. Let's talk about plus minus a stat that separates the grown-ups from a box score illusionist. Angel Reese somehow managed to record the worst plus minus in the entire WNBA. And that's not even a punchline. It's a stat line you've got to really commit to being terrible on both ends of the floor to pull. That off offense, non-existent defense, optional team morale. Held hostage, this isn't just a bad game, this is a performance, art, it's a full-on interpretive dance titled, Why Am I Even Here?
Last night, Angel Reese played 27 minutes. I think there's only 40 minutes in a pretend basketball game, which is 40 minutes too many. But in 27 minutes, Angel Reese had 12 rebounds, with 8 coming on the offensive end. 8 offensive rebounds. Angel Reese went 0 for 8 from the field and scored 2 points. 2 points in 27 minutes.
And fans are finally catching up to Chicago faithful. God bless them, try to hold out hope. They really did. They bought the hype, the t-shirts, the glamorous shots. They tuned in thinking they were about to witness the next WNBA phenom rise. What they got instead was a lesson in disappointment, served cold with a side of missed layups and 0 assists. See, trying to buy an Angel Reese jersey online feels a lot like watching her on the court. Confusing, frustrating, and somehow ending in failure. And now Chicago Sky fans are bracing for the inevitable, waiting for the moment she spins the booze into some dramatic monologue about oppression, as if missed free throws are a social justice issue. When your own supporters are mentally prepping your next press conference, you know things have gone off the rails. And who could forget the grand finale of last season? Angel Reese pulled her signature disappearing act just in time for the Sky to start, winning like magic, except the kind where the magician vanishes, and the show actually gets better. Some call it coincidence. Others call it the clearest sign since Moses parted the Red Sea.
First thing I want to focus on is this right here, okay? Now, she only did this one time, but I do not want to see her doing this in any other game, okay? Now, let's go ahead and take a peek at what happened, all right? She gets the rebound. She goes up, misses it. Good fight. Gets the rebound again. Okay, we're going in. That was a good look. Gets the rebound again. Goes up again. Misses it. Get blocked. Now we're trying to go up again. Gets blocked. Like, this is what I don't want to see. Okay? Now, first attempt. Okay. Right? First attempt. All right, whatever. Boom. You get it right here. Now, honestly, in my opinion, give the ball back to the top of the key. All right,
Let's be honest, if Angel Reese were any more consistent at one thing, it'd be turning wide-open layups into physics experiments. Watching her run a fast break is like watching someone sprint through molasses. She's the only player who can stop a transition play by being in a turnover wrapped in attitude, served with side of motivational quotes that age like unrefrigerated milk. Designer headbands can't cover a stat sheet that looks like a prank. She's managed to redefine what it means to have a negative plus minimus. Angel isn't padding stats. She's dragging them down by gravity alone. Even her rebounds are suspected kind that bounce off her own missed shots like she's rehearsing for a solo act. It's not basketball. It's a one-woman performance art piece titled How to Waste a Possession in 4 Dribbles or Less. At some point, we got to stop blaming her teammates, the rest of the fans, and the haters, and start calling it what it is. A self-inflicted basketball tragedy. This isn't a growth phase. This is regression with pom-poms. Angel Reese doesn't need more minutes. She needs a sabbatical, therapist, and a reality check gift wrapped in box scores from the last 5 games. And the team, they're stuck in a hostage situation where they have to pretend this is all part of the learning curve. Nah, this isn't a curve. This is a nosedive, a kamikaze mission in high definition.